there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. GM Potter here. How are we doing tonight? I just wanted to go live because I read a fantastic book today. It was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed it. It was Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier, and it was just a fantastic book. I read it in 2 days, just couldn't put it down. So absolutely wonderful. Got all the way through it. This was my April Book of the Month Club pick. And yeah, it was utterly fantastic and magical and utterly amazing. So while I'm waiting for people to come on, a little bit of housekeeping. As you can see, I'm not at home. I'm dog sitting this weekend. But like I said, I really wanted to talk about this book. And yeah, it really made an impression on me. I'm working on my way through 80 books this year. And I'm currently at 42 books, which is pretty awesome because it's not even June yet. It's barely May. But the book I really want to talk about, the one I just finished, is Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier. This one is a young adult. It was my April Book of the Month Club pick. And yeah, it was utterly fantastic. It was daring. It was thrilling. I couldn't put it down. I've already written a review on my website for it. Yeah, it takes place in a fantasy version of Polynesia or the South Pacific, where we have sea dragons. And the premise is that a sea dragon's egg, called the dragonfruit, can grant a wish to the person who eats the dragon. And it's really cool. So yeah, I like Book of the Month Club. It's good. Not sponsored. If they want to sponsor me, they're welcome to. But yeah, our main character, Hannah Lee, was poisoned along with, she's a lady of the court, and she and the crown princess, the next in line for the throne, were poisoned by a foreign rival king, and both entered a deep coma. And the only cure for it would be to feed them the dragon fruit. So dragon fruits, they scoured everywhere trying to find them. They finally found one. And her father stole it and fed it to her rather than giving it to the crown princess to save her, which led to them being in exile. But as you learn in the book, every wish demands a price. So her father died shortly after, and here was this 8-year-old kid left to her own devices in the world. She was sold off to a dragoner, kind of like a pirate who hunts down dragons and uses their hides and the oil, like whale oil, and sells it. And yeah. And so she's in exile because she doesn't think she can go home. Well, she gets captured by the dragoners again. Sorry, there's dogs barking outside. She gets captured by the dragoners, and I'm just going to take this one out. It doesn't fit. She gets captured by the dragoners, and she makes it home, and she's absolutely terrified of what's going to happen. Well, the crown princess's son, who was her best friend until she got poisoned, is there, and he learns that she's been hunting dragons, trying to find a dragon fruit so she can go home and save the princess. And the dragoners are trying to find the dragon fruit so that they can sell it and make a huge profit. And so it becomes this race against time trying to find the dragon fruit. And it's really well done. This is the first book I've read by this author. She's written other books, but this is the first one I've read by her. And I thought it was utterly fantastic. Just the most wonderful fantasy story I've read in a while. It has themes of returning home, of desolation, of reinvention, of resilience. It's utterly fantastic. So that's the book I read most recently. Have you guys read anything good? Have you read anything that really stood out to you? Have you watched anything maybe based on a book that's really stood out to you? Let me know. So that's one of the books off my May to be read list. I've also got Assistant to the Villain, which I'm currently reading. I'll be doing a book club over on my Patreon for that one, where we go a couple chapters at a time through the book together. And then Wellness, The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, who is very quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. She writes in the horror genre and does a fantastic job. Mexican Gothic is exactly what it sounds like. It's a Gothic novel set in 1950s rural Mexico, and it's atmospheric, it's eerie, it's creepy, it's gross, it's got body horror, it's got all the best elements of a true Gothic novel. She also wrote Velvet Was the Night, which is kind of a Mexican Black Panthers kind of a story. I haven't read anything by her that I haven't really, really liked. So I'm looking forward to reading The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. I'm going to try The Da Vinci Code. I tried to read it when I was in, I don't remember if it was middle school or high school, seventh or eighth grade, I think. And I just couldn't get into it. So I'm going to try and read it again because I keep hearing from multiple people who have read it that it's really good and that it's better than the movie, because the movie I don't think was very good. Coco, get down. Come here. Sorry, the dog I'm watching is finding other dogs. Do you want to say hi, Coco? She does not want to say hi. Okay. Sorry. Tried to pay the dog tax, but the dog tax didn't work. Then we have Falling Hard for the Royal Guard, which is described as in the same vein as Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I really liked. It's by a different author, but it's supposed to... Hi, puppy. It's supposed to be in the same vein. And then I have two advanced reader copies that I'm working my way through. One is A Rivalry of Hearts, which is a enemies to lovers kind of a book involving the Fae and rival authors bidding for a publishing contract on a book tour, which just sounds really interesting to me. And then The Blue Stockings Guide to Decadence, which is a ladies loving ladies romance book that sounds really cool. And then I'm also reading, this one was recommended to me via YouTube video by another YouTuber, Ponzi-nomics, which is the untold story of multi-level marketing. So Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, that sort of thing, by Robert L. Fitzpatrick. And I'll be discussing that one over on my Patreon as well. Yeah, I've pretty much just been reading. I've also been writing. I'm working on two books right now. One is a short fiction and prose collection. The working title is Letters I'll Never Send. It's little short stories and letters that I've written as myself to people that I'm not going to send, and letters that I've written as an alternate universe version of myself that I also won't send because they're not actually written by me. And then the other one is I'm working on rewriting a story that I wrote when I was in ninth grade. 8th or 9th grade, and it's about vampires. The working title for that one is Vivienne and the Vampires, and it needs a lot of work. To say my writing style and my writing ability has improved is a huge understatement. That one needs a lot of work. It's basically, I'm using it as an outline because it was not even 3,000 words. So it wasn't long enough to be a full book. And then on top of that, it was what I thought adult life would be like when I was that age. So it's an interesting time capsule into my child mind. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I started by transcribing the whole thing, so I knew exactly what the story I actually told was instead of the story I meant to tell. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun writing. Writing, reading, dog sitting. That's my life lately. That and doctors. So, yeah, I guess I don't have too much more to say. Thank you for coming to my live stream. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.